1, go.
Yeah, lately.
I think I'm supposed to introduce it.
Oh shit.
Yeah. We're trying to appropriate the black guy's job.
Yeah, damn, Negro. Have some respect, man. Welcome once again to the CAPC Unfiltered podcast. Pathological truth-seeking is the aim, where comedy and laughter is the game. My name is Jerry Hines. I'm here once again with Dan Raj
Hello.
and NS Siong. And our first subject today is a very interesting one. It concerns a local minister here in Singapore named Mr. Shamungan, okay? And it's called the RIDOUT Road Saga. People realize that two ministers, Home Affairs and Law Minister K. Shamungan and Foreign Affairs Minister Vivian Balakrishnan, were renting big colonial houses at seemingly low market rates. People raised a few eyebrows at this, but I'd like to ask do you think the distrust is warranted? What say you?
No. No. Yeah, because they were actually paying something similar to the market rate.
And that was?
And that was about what, 10 cents per square.
I think he paid around $26,000 per month, right?
Yeah.
For a very big house over a big compound.
Yeah,
So the 10 cents is like market rate, yeah.
something like that. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But what happened, right, is this Shanmugam happened to say about why he rented the house and all that. And I feel very sad for him.
Why?
So because he's going to sell his house that he owns, which he bought from his previous private practice, to prepare for his retirement. So this part, right, I became very upset actually. I feel very bad that our ministers have to sell their house for their retirement. That means they're not being paid enough as ministers,
It's true.
right?
Yes.
Yeah. Because honestly, I don't know how on earth in Singapore, what kind of house can you rent for 26,000? I mean, no decent human being can stay in a house that's $26,000 a month. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but it's just a temporary renting, right? He's not going to rent this forever. But the fact that he has to sell his house to plan for his retirement means he's not being paid enough as a minister.
And
So this is the problem that we should address.
Right.
I think we should increase the pay for our ministers. No, really. I'm not saying this
is there like
to be
a,
populist.
is there like a certain level that you're looking at?
Okay, so currently I think he's being paid 46,000 or 45,000 a month.
So little?
About the
Yes.
same as the US president? How much does the US president pay?
I don't know.
I thought they're paying millions a year.
No, it's only
Minister?
45,000 a month for
45,000.
a minister.
Is it?
Yeah,
I
so
thought it was a
and-
million.
Yeah, I thought cabinet ministers are paid at least in the millions.
No, bro.
Yes.
It's a month, right? It's only 45,000.
Oh, then I don't want to be cabinet minister anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I had an ambition to be a
Yeah, so this is the problem. If you don't pay enough, people like you
Okay.
won't want to strive to become a minister.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was this article that came out that he lost out on $100 million worth of money in the last 35 years by being a minister instead of doing his own private law practice. $100 million. See, $100 million, right? If you have bought Apple shares in 2000, now it'll be worth like $35 billion or something like that. So $100 million is a lot of money.
So over what period of time? $100 million. Sorry.
For the last 35 years that he was
The minister
a minister,
Uh-huh.
he wasn't a private practitioner.
so his opportunity cost was $100 million for being a politician.
Yeah, the difference in
What
price.
kind of lawyer would earn $100 million in 35
A
years?
damn good lawyer.
A damn good lawyer. Or...
What, was he that good?
He looks very good. No, but he also said he didn't say it. Some other minister, ex-minister,
Also,
said it
they calculated for him.
in Storm.
Or they calculate?
So I think we need to back pay Shanmugam.
It's true.
$100 million. I think it's very unfair. And you see, what you guys don't know, right? To be a minister in Singapore, right? You have to give up your private life. Okay, like Shanmugam can't just pick up a cigarette, walk around his neighborhood, smoke, put some shit comments on TikTok. He can't do all that.
But his house so big, he can just smoke inside his house. It's okay.
Yeah, but that's a rental house, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But that's why you need the house so big.
Yeah.
That's why the house had to be so big, right? So he can smoke.
Okay, but that's his own private thing. See, but his private things are being discussed in
Still being
public.
discussed, yeah.
Yeah, so I think ministers should be paid
But
more.
poor thing, like really, I think he needs to be paid more. Yeah.
He should be paid more because when he said that he had to sell his house, okay, he said it didn't affect him. He's not upset or anything like that. But I could feel the sadness in his voice.
How much was the house worth that he sold?
I'm not sure.
Don't know, man. Must be quite.
I'm not sure, but I mean, when you're applying for retirement, it's never enough. Okay, so for these ministers who retire, they actually get 10% of their last drawn pay if they have worked more than 18 years as a cabinet minister. This is what I read.
Okay.
Right.
So 10% of 45,000 is $4,500 a month he's going to get as a pension a month. Although the median income of Singaporeans is only 3,000 plus. For him, right, definitely he deserves more.
Why?
Because he's given up everything for our country. Look at the sacrifices he's made. He had to sit one whole day. Remember the one that he had to go and interrogate the Facebook guy? One whole day,
Oh yeah.
Oh, so he lost $1 million. He could have earned $1 million if he did not do that.
Maybe not 1 million lah, but maybe about 100,000 or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's quite sad because I think in the video I could swear that I almost saw Shanmugam cry when he was talking about this.
Yeah, he could sense the sadness in the voice,
There were
right?
tears in his eyes.
Yeah, he said he don't mind.
Yeah.
He will do it again if he's asked to make the choice again. And I really believe him. But no, I really believe him. But I just feel that we should compensate him more because we need to get quality people into the ministry. And not everyone is going to be as good as him to just give up $100 million to serve the country. I mean, would you do that? Give $100 million to serve the country?
Yes.
You will? Okay.
Well,
Will you do that? $100 million, serve your country.
yes.
You will do that?
You know why I would do it? Because there's no proof that I'm going to earn $100 million.
Yeah, this is what.
But the government job, you know that's going to happen.
Yeah, I could just say that I could have been a chicken rice seller that went international if I had started selling chicken rice 40 years ago.
No, but it wasn't said by him. It was said by another minister in Storm. It's definitely a credible source. Storm checks all this, right, before they publish?
Yeah, okay. Fact checked.
Yeah, I'm sure Storm fact checks.
Yeah, I'm sure because Storm is as credible as any mainstream.
Okay, earning $100 million in 35 years is not a big deal. It's just $3 million a year. $3 million a year means
Not a big deal.
no, it's not a big deal for a person like him.
Okay.
So if it's $3 million a year means it's around 400,000
A month.
a month or 300,000 a month.
He's a top
300,000 a month for a top lawyer is not a big deal.
So guys, can I suggest something?
Yes.
Should we start a GoFundMe for our minister? To get
Yes.
people
Okay. If the government do not increase the pay for ministers, I think we as Singaporeans we owe it to our ministers to collect money from our people
Yeah,
and we give it to the ministers.
yeah. So that they can have at least have a chance at a decent life.
Yes, and they don't have to worry about retirement.
Okay.
They don't have to sell their house. Seriously.
Some more hot news from here in Singapore.
Yeah.
Speaker Tan Chuan Jin had to apologize to Associate Professor James Lim for some unparliamentary language caught on hot mic.
Mr. Speaker, we have been remarkably recalcitrant in our willingness to support our poor.
Mr. Vikram Nair. Fucking populist.
This happened on the first day of debate on April 17th during the president's address. Mr. Tan is heard, he's heard muttering, effing populist. This was caught up on the smart mic. And what's your opinion on this?
Okay, I have no problem with him uttering the F word I think we should all encourage everyone in our society to use more vulgarities. Because if you are upset about something, right, you should let it out. You keep it. It's not good for your mental health.
Yeah, hypertension. You get hypertension, and you get and that's what the government don't want, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think we should encourage people to use more vulgarities.
But what's going to happen if they try to introduce it into the school system? Like, you know, if you got like, I don't know, Sec 4s given a lesson in F-bombs, do you think that would be allowed?
No, at least they can be taught on how to use the F word properly.
Ah,
You know, the F word has
okay.
many meanings, right?
Yeah.
So there's about 30 over meanings for the F word. So at least you know how to use it accordingly. Because sometimes I see people, they use the F word, but they use it on a wrong context.
Yeah, like use it too much, then it has no meaning.
Yes. So if you were to teach people properly, right, at least they use it properly, and they use it as a way to express, let go their hurt.
I don't know what to say, you know. You are having some educational moment of this F word.
No, I mean not just F word, all other vulgarities and swear words. We should encourage people to use it more so that they don't hold the thing inside. They let it out and then they're happy about it. But the thing that I don't understand, right, is why is James being scrutinized for being a populist? Based on what I checked, right, the definition of populist is exactly what an opposition politician has to do.
But it's just that this is probably a speaker's personal opinion, and it's unfortunate that he was caught on the hot mic, right?
Okay, but you see, he was called a populist, right? Because he just finished a speech that was about 20 minutes. And it was about lower income groups in Singapore, right? So, okay, so talk about lower income groups. That's why he called him a populist. Because he was saying what people want to hear.
Yeah, but it's true what people want to hear. But isn't that the whole purpose of a government?
That means that every politician should be a populist.
The
By default, right?
The government has to be a populist. Everyone has to be populist. See, I learned economics. I think both of you are not really
convinced.
academically.
We are not convinced. Okay, but go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so in the study of economics, right, one of the chapters, right, is about to justify why we have a government. And the main purpose of a government is to set right all those things that the free market doesn't solve. For example, having a defense, having a police force, okay, having an energy policy, all this free market doesn't solve. Also about the marginalized people in society. So older people, old people and all that.
Okay, I want to come back to what you just said about marginalized, but carry on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the old people, those marginalized people in society, these are the people that the free market doesn't give a shit about. The free market is not going to help them. And that's why we need a government to make sure that they take care of all these people. So at least they have a level playing field. Okay, in the free market, the rich is going to get richer and the poor is going to get poorer. So a government's job, one of the government's job is to redistribute wealth. Okay, so politicians' job is to be populist. When they run for election, they say they are going to be populist. They're going to bring up topics to suit the populace, right? They are going to say that they're going to take care of the poor people. The poor people are the majority of the people,
Right,
and the old people and
But the problem with that I find is that most of the time when the government try to help poor people, they often do things that actually cause more problems than solve them.
Okay, you must understand, okay, having a problem addressed and they find the best way to solve the problem is a very different thing from telling someone, oh, you're a populist, when he's doing his job. It's like you make fun of a comedian because he's funny. You'll say that I'm quite a funny comedian, right?
Well, that's not making fun of him.
Yeah.
That's not making fun of you.
I'm going to agree with you because I just didn't understand the last 5 minutes of what you said. Yeah, because obviously you're the one studying economics and I don't.
Yeah. Okay, this is a real problem in society also. Some people are better educated than other people.
Yes.
And
No, since you're on the topic of education, I'm just very curious if I had a chance to ask the speaker or the government, right, or even Ministry of Education, then what is parliamentary language to reflect what Tan Chuan Jin feels at the point of time. Instead, if he can't use the F word, populist, then what would be the appropriate way of?
No. He's free to express himself whatever way he wants. I'm okay with his freedom of speech. I'm just saying that it's very funny that he makes fun of an opposition politician,
He never make fun of. He was just
or he
muttering to
comments
himself,
of
yeah.
him being a populist. That would be like calling a dog a dog. You're not going to see a dog and you say, aha, dog, right? Like, you're not going to make fun of a comedian. Oh, he's a funny comedian, man. You know, it doesn't make sense, what? A comedian's job is to be funny. So you can't make that as a reference to put down a comedian.
Maybe he was just trying to be cool, you know, because like in the West, you see the rapper, you know, dropping the F-bomb, you know, and they're cool, you know, yo, 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 yo.
Well, I think Song's got a point there. Because you use the word marginalized
Okay.
or underserved,
Okay.
right? No one hardly ever defines why are they in the margins and who underserves them.
Okay, so let me guess, okay? The older generation, they have been told a lie for thousands of years, or rather 50 years, that they need to eat carbohydrate. So they eat a lot of carbohydrate.
So now,
and
we have moved on from economics to health, Ministry of Health now.
No. Talking about why these people are called marginalized people.
Okay.
So they are now, because of carbohydrate, now they look old. Okay?
They look old because they are old.
Yeah, they're old and they look fucking old. They can't do work anymore. And they don't have any pension scheme, nothing. Okay? And they need money to live a dignified life. Right?
Okay.
And they are given jobs which they really cannot do, like being security guards and all that. Okay? Now, I still remember last time in NTU, the security guard used to be very old people. Okay? So,
Actually, why are all security guards Indian?
not all.
Well, most.
Okay, this is a new topic. Maybe we lose in a different podcast. But so in NTU, right, a security guard used to be a very old Chinese guy. Okay.
Oh,
So
old Chinese guy.
yeah, so we
Oh,
used to play soccer.
The last generation.
Yeah, so we used to play soccer, right, in the canteen. That is not allowed. So the security guard will be coming towards us. But because he's old, right, it'll take him at least 5 minutes to reach us. So we'll still continue playing. We'll play for the last goal or something like that. Still continue playing until he comes very near, then we stop.
So you have the respect for him, basically.
No respect is one thing, and we know he can't catch us. He can't do anything, right? We still have some time, you know. By the time we saw him, we have some time. But so I think old people are definitely really, really marginalized, and I think they need to be protected.
Are you running for our next president or?
I can't because I'm not a populist.
Please don't use any podcasty language here, okay?
or unparliamentary language.
Unparliamentary
See,
language.
I'm not run for in politics because I feel the minister's pay is not enough.
Okay.
Too little pay to give up your freedom. I mean, think about it. I can do stand-up comedy. I can say whatever joke I want to say. And if I'm a minister, I can't do that. That to me is a depriving of my.
You can, or you just have to apologize later only.
Once again, we've come to the Has to Go section of the show. And usually, to kick off proceedings, we have Dan Raj.
Hello.
What has to go?
Okay, so I have been getting a lot of WhatsApp messages from the scammers. Okay, and it's always some Indonesian number or some other number, and they actually say that they're doing a survey for some retail giant in Singapore. Okay, so why would a retail giant in Singapore engage someone with a foreign number to do survey on local population? And it's some retail giant that I've never bought anything from. Okay, so I get it that scammers are working harder now. Okay, I understand. Okay, scammers also need to make a living. I do not think scammers have to lose money and die. But the scammers standard is gone down. They are being so unsophisticated now because it's so obviously a scam. So I think scammers, right, who do not live up to their reputation as scammers,
Yeah.
has to go. Okay, guys, have you all seen the guy who will paint his
Which guy?
who'll paint his face with some white paint, and then he will stand like that.
Or the performance artist.
Yeah.
Right,
He will
okay.
stand like that.
Uh,
So you think he's some mannequin or what?
Like some,
Suddenly he'll move.
like some busker on the street.
Yeah.
Like,
And you just stand like that. I think, right, that guy's talent, right, is a useless talent.
okay. Okay, how long would he have to stand dead still before you think he's not useless?
You know, even if it's 10 hours or what, what's the point? What's the point of doing this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Can you do this for 2 hours?
Yeah, I cannot. And whatever talent he has is impressive, but it's a useless talent. Do you understand or not? There's no value for the talent.
But
He's got talent, but it's pointless.
but he will find his talent in Squid Game. Huh? 'Cause
Squid
yeah,
Game?
Yeah, Squid Game, you're not supposed to move, right? If you move, then you cannot shoot. Huh?
Oh, is it?
Is it? I didn't see Squid Game.
Yeah,
I didn't
so
see him.
so I haven't watched Squid Game, so but I heard that there's one game where they play, then the person cannot move. Then if he moves, then he cannot shoot.
이후에 움직임이 감지되면 탈락입니다. (324번) 탈락.
병신 걸렸네.
So this person is going to survive if he plays Squid Game compared to you. You're
Yeah,
going
but he's not
You're,
in
you're
Squid
going to
Game.
die after 30 seconds. You-
Correct. I'll definitely die. I don't need to worry. I can't stand still or sit still. But this guy, his talent, right? It's really a useless talent. And he's just on the streets doing this. So I think, right? No, I'm very sure that this guy has to go.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Right. Then the last one is the person coming to the left but refused to close the door. Is that yours, Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think for a very long time, I always wondered why some humans have fingers.
Finger. To finger them.
I mean, there are, of course, many purposes for fingers, but sometimes when I see people, I wonder why God gives them fingers. Because when I enter the lift, and then someone else entered the lift together with me, right? They enter last, right? And then they just stand in front of the buttons and refuse to press the door close. Right? So I just wonder why these people cannot be bothered to just press, open, don't lift up their hands, use their finger and press the door close. Right? What's the use of their finger in that instance? No, might as well just take it all off, right? Right? So this person who comes into the elevator, the lift, and refuse to press the door close button, he has to go.
Thanks so much for watching the Unfiltered podcast. Do like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And I'll see you again real soon. We there!